All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. Here in this first quarter.
Look at it. Come on. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check. Crouch. 8.
On first and 10, Newton. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Hey, switch gears. 20.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Ready? 780. 58, come on. Don't get nervous. Check 43. Gun. 458's the mic. And let's pin the mirrors back.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Great.
From the gun, here's Newton. Coach, thank you. Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check out 55, 67. Check 56. I'm scared.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Luck now to throw. His short throw caught by Goddard, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third and 2, Luck. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check out. Ready. I got you. I got you. Ready.
On first down, Hines. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's now 3rd and 8.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Check. Switch. 11.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hines. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Check out. Right, 40. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Right,
they'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the first drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 89 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Colts 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offense. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
That's it. 52. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Back. Great. Check. Fresno. Fresno. Get it.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hudson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Pick the edge. Gun. Undercrush. 22. Check. Cover. 22. Check.
They'll run with McCaffrey, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Mike. Ready. Mike. Big stop, King. Big stop. Let's go. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Gun. Let's go.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. The shotgun snap for Newton. There he goes inside the 30. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check. 180. Check. 52. Come on. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Everyone, you got 4 down. Gun. 52. You got 9.
Throwing is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Colts nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck completes it to Davis. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get that 11B. Get that quarterback. 6'6", pull it high. No.
This is Hines. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Hines. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw is Love. Campbell making the catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
That's another Colts 1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
Luck now. Nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Here's Love. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll try to run with Hines. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Thomas has got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike 52, Mike 52. That's what I do. Where's 52? Block 52.
There's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Right, 8. Check 53. Double dog. That's the way. 20. Watch twins.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
11 feet. 56 to Mike. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Locke. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now it's Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
674.
Here's Love. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
From the gun, Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Three receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is caught at the 20. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Catanzaro's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
There we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
20. 58,
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
53, Mike. Hey, they scared. 53. Hey, defense.
3rd and long, it's Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 24, Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Luck. Catch made here by Campbell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You just watch 88 over there.
Play action. It's Luck. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
52 to Mike, 52.
Now Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike 53. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check 52.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the red zone now, Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check 52 to Mike. Get away with it. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Set the tone, defense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Newton. He's got it. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. McCaffrey And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his third touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any... Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And able to work his way down to the 16. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 16-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Luck now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now Love, and he's got a man, Corey Davis. Now Davis fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, really into 2 on 3rd down, you're a little off balance.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down at the 44-yard line.
56. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Luck throwing on target to Campbell. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the boot.
Here's Luck. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
All day, defense.
Back to throw. Luck. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Block. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On first down, Rose. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On second down now, it's Rose, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here? Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Come on, QB, come on.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Panthers, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.